Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
But even when they do have it, you still see that trait in them.
Not all of them. That's what I mean, because there are a lot of fraud boys.
Oh, okay, but I'm not talking about.
And there are a lot of women around them.
Clean money boy.
There are a lot of women around them, and that's because they have money and not because of what it's not because of the amount of work they put in or anything along those lines. It's just because they have the riches. It's probably still a hustle. They can give me a lifestyle.
Ambition is one.
First of all, most of the time, rich men feel like women only want them for their money. This is where the law of seduction comes in. If you cater to their inner needs, pay attention to what they talk about, maybe childhood stories or something like that, you can hook them mentally. And they'll feel like you're special. You might not be the most beautiful woman in the world, but they feel more compatible with you. Okay? So it's, a lot of women who have married rich men, they don't come from money. They're not the most beautiful women in the world. Some of them are, but most of them, they've probably had work done after they've gotten with the dude, leveled up, got better, nicer clothes, things like that. But they appeal to something in them that other women couldn't, because they paid close attention to those details, like, childhood weaknesses, psychological weaknesses. They played on their weaknesses and also on their strengths, make them feel good about certain things. Played on their ego. It's a mind game. Most men who are in the comments don't know any of that, because no one is trying to play mind games with them, because there's not something that they want bad enough to do so.
Do you know girls flirt with men just to get free drinks? That behavior is surprisingly common. I've heard girls openly talk about it with their friends without any shame at all, probably because they don't even realize that it's wrong, because society isn't putting them in their place. Have you ever seen a woman who didn't want more clothes, more shoes, or more purses? Most importantly, her man needs to make more money, and all manner of other pointless shit. I haven't. I haven't seen a woman like that. I've seen women who claim that plenty. I've not seen any that actually show this to be true with their actions, especially not over large data sets like the US Census, where we can very clearly see that women as a group fucking despise men who don't make a lot of money. It isn't that they just dislike it and wouldn't date you for it. It is repulsive and disgusting to them. That's why the first thing they say about guys who aren't attractive is that they're creepy. They have a visceral reaction to men who don't have the capacity to provide and don't seem to be able to help themselves when it comes to the opposite. This isn't to brag, guys. It's my experience I want to share. I put a ton of work into my career, and finally, after countless sacrifices, I make pretty damned good money. The reactions I got before and after I was making what I do was night and day. The shit some women will do to lock down a guy they deem as high sexual marketplace value is patently fucking insane. I dated this girl for about 6 months. It was mostly based on sex, and only sex, as we didn't spend much other time together. Turns out there was a reason she didn't come around that much. She was married. Once I called her out on it, what she said stuck with me. She said she did it because she was stuck with her husband, and she wanted to be with a real man. After poking and prodding, a real man to her was simply a guy with money. I dropped her ass real quick and sent her husband a picture of us together and apologized. I really didn't know. Turns out, she saw a receipt with my bank information on it and realized, in her words, that her entire marriage was a lie. Thing is, dude was a stand-up guy, fireman, cared deeply about them all, and his dumb slut of a wife ruined it, along with scarring the children for life, because mummy thought she was owed a better life. Funny thing, she never said what she did that made this owed to her. When I split and ratted on her, she basically had a breakdown, blamed it all on me, saying I manipulated her, which was pure projection, as I never even felt the need to lie or mislead her. That was what she did by lying about her marriage and kids. Since then, it happened 2 more times with women in relationships. The fucked up part I still can't make sense of is why do they do this in such similar ways? The way they lied, the way they reacted when I found out, as if I was the one in the wrong for finding out. But the worst was this. They all did it with such ease and uncaring for the partner they claimed to love, that I lost a lot of faith in women as far as relationships go. Any guy who starts off poor and makes it knows exactly what I'm talking about here. Each time it happened, I felt physically ill because I strive to be a good person. I don't want to fuck guys' wives and girlfriends because it's wrong, but also because it is a good way to end up shot dead by a pissed-off husband who can't take it anymore. No thanks. This is one of the reasons why I don't have relationships anymore, because women ruined it for me. Are there good ones out there? Sure. They are just dwindling in numbers and getting to be quite rare. Women under 40 now out-earn men, however. Their expectations remain the same: to exploit men as their workers. Everybody knows that men are expected to pay for dates and be the one buying gifts, open doors, pull chairs, do all the work in bed, carry shopping material, fix minor problems, and many more. While women just watch. Everybody's seen those videos about women agreeing to date someone because of their money or cars. However, what you may not know is that 70% of UK women would instantly change their minds about leaving a boring man if he won a lottery jackpot. 78% of US women said a partner with a steady job was the most important trait in a future spouse. 75% said they'd have a problem with dating someone without a job. Only 4% would go out with an unemployed man. The list goes on. Are we living in a society that prides itself in equality, or a society which supports special treatment of women at the cost of men? Pure discrimination based on sex. Many women expect a man to pay for everything the woman wants, yet she claims to be strong and independent. She has her own career, her own car, her own apartment, her own money, pretty much everything that feminism supposedly fought for. Yet in spite of this, she still expects the man to treat her as if she is a victim of the patriarchy from the 1940s, where the man is the only breadwinner and she's the unemployed, oppressed housewife. So many women still expect the chivalry from a 1940s man, but they want to keep their own money like a 2023 woman, whilst at the same time withholding sex from him, or only giving it to him sparingly, as if he's a dog kept on a leash for her convenience. No thank you. That's all for today on Manhood. Remember to smash the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.